Your buddy Moo Juice Magic here, and hearing someone get their just rewards is amazing. Now, I did a couple videos about Hasan after being just dumped on by folks for a while, algorithmically. And a lot of people came out in defense of Hasan. It was like a 50-50 split about the whole Collargate thing and the zapping of his dog with the electric collar, if you don't know what that is. Hasan seems to have had a bit of a meltdown, and in a weird turn of events, maybe getting red pilled, which is an odd thing to say. So just to hear me out, let me switch the screen over for you so you can see what I'm talking about. And for some reason, that's not working. Anyway, let's get to it.
I can't stand any of you dumb fucks in this goddamn chat. Oh my fucking god, I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate everything that's going on every single fucking day of the goddamn week. I hate my life. I hate fucking streaming. I hate socialism. I hate every single fucking person who thinks that the peak of activism is just being the most annoying, holier than thou, the most ultimately woke leftist. You did it. You did it. You have unlocked the fucking nihilism within me, okay? I am black pilled. Nothing will ever get better.
Dog, you literally did this to yourself. Also, notice dog on the screen, still on the bed, not really moving while he goes on this little frustrated tirade. Now, I'm not mad about the tirade. I get it. I've had my frustrations. I vent. I'll vent openly to anyone. I have no problem doing that. So I'm not blaming him for that. This dipshit goes on DMZ and just straight up lies. There's video evidence. He's got people that are his followers lying about it and going to people making content about it and dunking on them. And maybe those people do it themselves. And the reason they do it on their own accord is because they become so inundated with what they believe in confirmation bias, and they listen to this douche canoe for so damn long that it's what they believe. Now, Hasan, maybe showing it all off as an act. Who knows? Right now, he's saying the same kind of complaints most people have about wokeism and the left, which is absurd. And he has a good point. Those folks, nothing wrong with them per se as individuals, but when they get into a group, that mentality, that mob mentality takes over. And I've had this running theory forever. The more people you add to a group, the lower the IQ level. Because people search and pine for confirmation bias and to fit in, to just be wanted and loved. Well, Hasan, suddenly you're not as wanted and loved as you're used to. But heads up, the people that now know about you, most of the country would fucking hate you. I don't hate you. I don't know you personally. Again, yeah, you zapped your dog with a shock collar. I'm not even mad about that, which is probably the most controversial thing I've said on this video that will get me some flack. Is it a good idea? No. They make those things for a reason. Those things hurt. I don't appreciate them. I don't like them. I've said this, but that's my personal opinion. I don't get to tell you how to raise your animal if you feel like you're doing something humane. How could you buy something that a dog trainer would use and it be considered super inhumane? That's not the case. It's how you use it that I take a problem with. It's how you use it. By keeping that big-ass dog subjective to spot sitting for hours on end is more abusive than a fucking zap from a shock collar. And those things still fucking hurt. I know. I've been zapped by both a shock collar and a stun gun and a taser. There are all three of those things. That's not both. That's three. Learn to count, Moo. Let's get finished because he's digging his own fucking hole.
We are never going to make it out. We can't even have a normal fucking non-hostile goddamn conversation on any of these issues. Everybody just simply wants to fucking chirp into the wind because they have no power and they recognize their utter powerlessness in the face of unjustifiable constructs that we fucking exist under. And the best possible fucking thing you can do is just be goddamn annoying, okay?
Well, fucking dude. Yeah, you've been doing that your entire fucking career since I found out about you. Even Sneeko came out against you, bro. Sneeko. Scumbag pedo Sneeko came out against you. Are you serious? When I have to agree with something fucking Sneeko says and does, that means you fucked up. That means that you screwed up way too big. You woke too close to the sun with your character that you built for yourself, and now you're reaping the consequences of your actions, and it sucks. So what you do is You come forward, you tell the fucking truth, you lose some popularity. It would be a lot easier to lose a couple followers than all of them, because when you piss off animal lovers, dude, they're more vitriolic than just the woke folk out there. Trust me, I know. And I love to hate animals. They irritate the shit out of me. But we adopt them occasionally, man. That doesn't make me better than that. That particular thing is just one thing I do because I feel like it's right. But I don't ever go, oh, this is my fur baby, which is something I've never understood that mindset. Now, when I've had to deal with we had a couple of years ago, my family dog got poisoned. It was a rescue dog. We had some tweak ass neighbor who was mad at me for calling the cops on him. And he poisoned the dog, and I had to be with her for it and watch my kids say their final goodbyes to this animal that they loved like family. And I cried. I'm not ashamed to admit that, not even a little bit. But to me, it was a dog. To them, it was this part of their life that they needed. It fulfilled something in who they were. The point is, Hasan, you preach socialism and all these things, and you are incredibly wealthy compared to most people, dude. You don't respect anything aside from what you can say that will make you popular. I don't even think it's about the money for you. I think it's about your popularity and whatever issues you have that you're suffering through. I would love to sit down and just have a conversation with you personally without any kind of recording or cameras and pick your brain, because realistically, getting to the bottom of whatever is wrong with your nepotism is a big deal. And now you're crashing out the minute you find out people don't like you. Welcome to the club. People don't like everybody. Not everyone can like you. And now you're acting like fucking Marky Mark in The Big Hit, where he's trying so hard to please everybody at one time, and you're going on this fucking tirade. I guarantee he's going to come back and say, well, no, I didn't mean it. Or he's going to go and say something else. What he's doing is attacking his own friends now, when they aren't all just the people attacking him. He doesn't realize the majority of people don't appreciate that kind of behavior. And it sucks for him, but he fucking deserves it.
Oh, God.
That's something he should have saved for his therapist, in my opinion. All that rant.
Right when the reporter is asking you about optimism, I want to fucking, I want to just shut it off, dude. I want to shut everything off. I just want to go away. If I wasn't so goddamn stubborn, I would.
Best thing you can do.
Oh my lord, dude.
What you do is you issue an apology for your entire career.
The most annoying people are literally like the 40-month subscribers. The person that caused me to fucking spiral just now is Hidejo Offliner or whatever. And that is like a routine nuisance and an offliner in this community. Okay? He is a consistent voice of nuisance. Okay? What are you talking about? The people that actually brick me, the people that actually cause me to fucking spiral out of control are...
I feel like he bricks zapping things. Just throwing that out there. I don't know for a fact, but he seems like that kind of guy. He's attacking his own fucking viewers and people that have been subscribed to him for 40 months. You're going to attack this guy? He's been subscribed to you? And he's still got enough people glazing his nuts where he's going to keep being who he is. It's just really sad.
Always the people that have been in this fucking community for years who never shut the fuck up. I have banned him before.
Hasan, you should maybe consider that part.
Just, like, I'm not even singling him out. He's just one example. But this happens all the fucking time.
You literally just singled him out, bro.
One of the worst aspects of like this kind of gathering online is that people, I think people don't behave like this in the real world. That's unironically what I was talking about. That's why I have so much hope for the future of America when I'm out in the fucking streets, right? Because I see grandparents and I see kids and I see regular ass folk that see right from wrong and they say, fuck this. What do you mean? You're just like kidnapping my neighbors. Get the fuck out of here. And they protest. And that gives me confidence. And then when I go back to the internet now, and I get fucking yelled at by a bunch of screenager iPad babies who are 38 years old, who think that the most like radical socialist position is to constantly chirp in a fucking Twitch streamer's chat and hyper scrutinize everything and then like refuse to understand like broader points.
Okay, so what do you want him to do? Go out and firebomb Portland? I mean, what's your point here? You went from shifting the blame off yourself to now shifting the blame to literally everyone that doesn't agree with anything you say, which is a commonality. What he's doing here is falling back on what he thinks is going to save his ass. Because what he's saying, he needs to regain that sense of fire he feels like he's losing. I'm explaining this to you because I understand how these folks think sometimes and the pathology behind what they're doing. He's trying to regain some of what was lost to him, his most important thing, his clout, people paying attention to him. And yeah, I'm giving him attention because I think that this guy I don't hate him for being rich. I know that's his job to hate rich people. He's the socialist. I'm happy for him. It's just, bro, you still need help sometimes. So, Hasan, my suggestion to you is someone who dislikes fucking everything I think I've ever heard you say. You are super openly anti America, which is the first way to get me mad at you. You are super pro terrorism. And I wonder if that part's even true because you sure as hell love that fucking mansion and to show off what you have. You love to show off your cars and your house. If you look at the ego of this guy just on the back set of his piece, how many names how many times do you see his fucking name on the background of his recording set of that room? I count at least 4. I get having one thing, maybe 2 things, but bro, when you have all that shit, your ego, your nepotism, the thing that's driving you isn't to do well, it's to be more personally successful. You are doing something that is totally acceptable under a structure you say you hate, which is capitalism. You have no compunction and you act like you are so intelligent. It's incredibly frustrating because you say some of the stupidest shit I've ever heard someone say out loud, and you do it in front of a fucking camera. And I get it. And most people may not understand. You're performing for people every day. You are in front of the camera every day, and you probably have been since you were a little kid having cameras shoved in your face. Totally understand that part. That might not be your fault. I don't know your childhood. I'm just guessing. I know you've been around for a long time doing this shit. I also know people change, and Hasan, maybe you can change. The problem is you've worked yourself into a pit where even if you change, it's going to be so hard for you to work yourself out of it. You're never going to regain who you thought you should be. And you've lost huge steps in that area with this situation. I've heard ideas that there's doctored photos of the caller. People say it's a shot caller that know him directly to handle it. He said that he has a shot caller. Like, bro, stop changing your fucking story. The best thing you could have done was just shut up and ignore the fucking controversy. Instead, you decided to dig further into it. It's like when fucking Asmongold went and apologized for some shit he said. Not because what he said was wrong, but how he said it was fucking maybe not the best in this particular situation. Not everyone has Dan Clancy sucking your cock for protection. Okay, you know you are under the cum cover of Dan Clancy. Not everyone else has that ability. So maybe reel that shit in. Be thankful for what you have. Fucking stop complaining about capitalism because it is why you are who you are. That's the even crazier part. All these woke leftist motherfuckers, these socialists, they don't understand. Everyone that's successful in this is benefiting from capitalism, that system they claim they want to destroy. And they're only doing that because poor people that need entertainment will just fucking agree with them. Or more people like them will fly like flies to a pile of shit and hover over it and hang out and agree on how good the shit tastes. Capitalism functions. Communism has never worked, and fucking socialism has never worked. And it's used as a tool to make people subservient to certain people. If you had studied history fucking at all, you'd know that. This guy does things like read the most important or the most politically agreeable shit, the most important to the communists and the socialists, and that's what he quotes. That's what he acts like. And then he goes and talks about how Hamas terrorists are fucking good people and Israel's the bad guy. Look, Israel's not perfect. I'm not saying that, but Israel is our ally. Contrary to popular belief, there is no genocide going on in Palestine. Ironically enough, had you studied history for more than 15 seconds, or if your history lesson wasn't fucking Hasan Piker, you would know that term had nothing to do with Arabs. That term referred to the people that lived in that region at that time. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Islam was what, 1600 AD when it was founded? Christianity predates that by 1600 years. Judaism predates that by even further. Look, it's not even about like the people that live there. There are people of all races and all beliefs living in Israel. That's a fact. You can hate on Israel and you can be super pro Palestine and not be a piece of flaccid shit and zap your fucking dog. Now, whether you zap your dog or not, I don't know. I don't know. I'll take part of your word for it. But in the end, that dog yelped really loud, and that dew claw was nowhere near anywhere that could have got hung up. And if it did, it was on the bed, and that bed should probably be replaced with something more comfortable that won't catch that dew claw. He's also said things like she yelps a lot when they wrestle, when they spend time together, and frankly, I'm sure a lot of girls yelp when they wrestle Hasan. I'm not making any excuses. He seems like he's probably really good in the... I can't even say that part out like straight face, dude. Anyway, I'm sure he's personally, if you know him personally, he's probably a nice enough guy. Most people really aren't as dirty as they seem online. It's just a fact. A lot of people are putting on a show. I'm not telling you everything about me. I just try to be as open as possible because if something comes up, like something like this, I have to be accountable to the people that trust me for my opinions. Believe it or not, there are people that do trust me for my opinions. It's not a lot, but there are a couple. My point is, Hasan, stop. Just stop. The best advice I can give you is that you're tearing the own foundation from under your own castle. Stop doing that. Stop addressing it. Say, I'm embarrassed, everybody. I screwed up. I'll never use another shot caller if you did. If you didn't, then you should have just ignored it and argued it and maybe won a lawsuit about it. I don't see any civil courts happening. But you're talking about the most important thing to you, which isn't even what you have, it's your ego. And when you think you know everything or you think you're God, you're going to do stupid shit. And when you get caught, you're not going to understand that gods don't fucking bleed. Humans do. So I do hope you the best to a degree, dude, but some of the shit you've said and some of the vitriol that's caused more problems has been so disgusting and so irritating. The reason people are cheering your downfall is because we're tired of assholes who think like you and act like you, who have zero spine to get things done themselves. You talk a big game and you expect everyone else to do it. You're a fucking figurehead and your fucking veil's being lifted and people are tired of it. Reel it in, dipshit. Join part of humanity. And to Hasan's followers, I don't hate you. I just think you're kind of fucking stupid. I'm Moojuice Magic, and I love you in the face. Don't forget to leave your angry comments below, Hasan followers. I find them kind of funny. I'm going to go do something productive.